Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Artful Manifesting. Thank you so much for all the likes, comments, and shares. And thank you to those who have now subscribed. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is a pick a card reading. We are letting the cards inform what the message will be about today. The first card is Time. And along with that, I've placed stones above each card. In the first reading, we have the Dragon Stone. And the second card is Burial Ground. And the stone accompanying that card is Sodalite. And the third card is Cedar. The stone accompanying that is Brown Snowflake Obsidian. So let your intuition guide you as to which reading is for you, and you will find a link to that reading in the description box below. Hello, pile number 1. You chose the card Time as well as the Dragon Stone. The Dragon Stone is all about increasing your creativity, your courage, your willpower, and strength. And Time speaks of time and cycles and your perceptions of time. So we'll see what those two energies together, along with the rest of the cards, have to reveal to you for this message you're meant to hear right now. So to do this, I am using the Tarot of Mystical Moments. What message about time does pile number 1 need to hear at this moment? What message do you want to reveal to pile number 1 about time? All right, let's see what we have. The Four of Cups. The Queen of Swords. The Emperor. I did have a question about why I turn reversed cards upright, and it's because I consider the entire meaning of the card as well as where it is placed in the spread to interpret its meanings. I'm also using intuition and the images on that particular deck to divine what the message you are meant to receive at that moment is. The final card is Six of Wands. All right, let's see what else we have from these Spirit Animal Oracle cards. This one. They're so thick, sometimes it's hard to tell if there's more than one there. Oh, and we did get 2 here. All right, well, you got an extra card. The first one is Wolf Spirit. There were 2 there. Well, you got 2 extra cards. So you got Panther spirit, Koi fish spirit, Parrot spirit, Whale spirit, and Porcupine spirit, which says time for beginner's mind. So we started out with the time card, and the last oracle card has the word time on it as well. Okay, you know what I'd like to do is move these cards a little bit so we can get the benefit of seeing the full picture. All right. So the wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom, is a card that reminds you you are on the right path. And when we see the Four of Cups here, this person is sitting with their back to, it looks like a goose to me, holding this umbrella, which is shielding them from either the heat of the sun or rain, but they're turning their back to it. And so the universe, or your message, you know, that you're getting now is to not turn your back on those gifts that you are receiving. I sense that you have started something and it's not, you're not where you want to be yet. So let's say that you've started your own business, or you started a career, whatever it is, a creative project. You feel that you're not as far along as you'd like to be in that endeavor. It's not yielding the result, the resources, the finances that you were hoping for. And Spirit is letting you know that you are on the right path. So don't give up on it. Continue. We have Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. And Koi fish spirit, there is always enough. And it's interesting, these two cards came out together, and they were under the Four of Cups. The Panther spirit, reclaim your power, talks about you acting in a new way, acting in being the person that you want to be. So imagine that you could peer into the future, and it's the future that you have dreamed of attaining. You're looking into the future cosmos of where you are, having achieved whatever it is that you're working on. How will you act? How will you speak? How will you stand? How will you feel? What will your energy be like in that future version of yourself? And with the Koi fish spirit, there is always enough. You know, a koi fish has the ability to grow to, even if it's in a small pond, it still can grow to great sizes. And the message is you have that potential in whatever path you have chosen to grow into as well. You're going to grow. And additionally, fish are a sign of abundance. And so what I see for you is stick with it. It's not time to give up. That's what this first card, time, is. And the Panther Spirit also talks about, you're braver than you realize you are. And remember that. Remember that you have already achieved a lot. Look at how far you've come. If it helps, make a list of everything that you've done in your life so far. One thing you can do is imagine someone is writing a book about you. What would the titles of the first 10 chapters be? And then think of what you want the titles of the next 3 chapters to be. So moving forward from the present, what do you want those next 3 chapters to be? And look at that future version of yourself and emulate that energy. We have the Queen of Swords and the Emperor up here. So I see you rising very soon and very quickly. I noticed when I was shuffling the cards as I was drawing them out for you that I was shuffling them very quickly, and I shuffled them longer than I do in other readings. So the energy that I feel coming through is that a lot of things are going to happen in a short amount of time for you. It's just, success is just around the corner. Before you know it, you will have risen to great heights. So we see her up here. Swords is about communication and refinement and knowledge. And the very first card, Oracle card, Wolf Spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. And that's what's happening to you, is you are on the right path. And there's a message for you to stay the course, because very soon things are going to be happening very quickly and you're going to experience an elevation. And we see in the Emperor as well that this person is bigger than all of these other people, which is a symbol of the Emperor's status. So you are rising to a higher status, and you are going to be successful in whatever this endeavor is. The guidance for you to help facilitate this energy, which the energy is there, it's going to happen, but you can facilitate it in an easier, quicker way by Parrot Spirit, watch your words, and Well Spirit, trust the great mystery. So what is it that you are saying? What is it that you are saying to yourself in your mind, saying to yourself out loud, and saying to others? There's a message about being careful what you're communicating. It's right under Queen of Swords, the Queen of Communication. Sometimes we will downplay our successes with humor, and it could be something that we've learned from things that have been modeled to us in the past, and we've just integrated that behavior or habit. And so the universe is saying it's time for you to create some new habits of how you talk to yourself. So, your mind doesn't know the difference between jokes and seriousness. It just hears the words, and you're always in a state of evolving, growing, assimilating, and perceiving. So everything that you tell your mind, your mind takes it as a command, just like a computer doesn't have a sense of humor. What you enter into that computer, what you tell it to do, is what it's going to do. So you want to make sure that you are using positive self-talk, and that you are recognizing what you have already accomplished. And in addition to that, you also want to be careful what you say to others. You want to make sure that what you are telling others about yourself and about your endeavors is positive. Always be careful what you share with others, because we don't want their own doubts and fears that they have accumulated in their toolbox to attach. We don't want that energy to attach itself to what it is you are trying to achieve. But that's just a minor message. The main thing is the positive self-talk, and then how you speak to others. If you compliment others and uplift others, that's going to be reflected back to you. And the other message that the universe is asking of you, is offering you as guidance, is to stop turning your back on what you are receiving. Every small thing that you are given, acknowledge it and don't turn your back on it. So let's say that you have started a daycare and somebody wants to give you some children's clothes, some used children's clothes. Rather than saying, no, we have enough, or having any kind of apprehension about receiving that gift, just with gratitude, accept that gift. Show that person that you appreciate them and you appreciate their gift. It's going to facilitate an energy and expand the receptacle, the opening of the energy of you receiving. It's going to have the added benefit of making that person feel appreciated and valued for whatever they give you. It could be somebody gives you a coupon, or somebody gives you their seat on the subway or the train or the bus. Don't say no thank you. Say thank you and accept every small gift that you're given, because what it's doing is it's building momentum of you receiving blessings from the universe. And before you know it, whatever it is that you're working on is going to open up and expand, and blessings are just going to pour in. We have trust in the great mystery and time for beginner's mind. And both are speaking of, in collaboration, trusting that things are going to work out. Nobody has everything worked out when they start something. They learn things on the way. Stay curious and open in your endeavor, and this is going to make the journey more enjoyable and facilitate the growth quicker that you want to see. And just trust that everything is going to work out, that the spirit of Mother Earth and the universe has your back and will nurture and support you and provide for you. And if you do that, then you're going to end up with the Six of Wands, which is about receiving great rewards. The more you acknowledge the rewards that you have, the more that you trust in the universe providing for you, the more rewards you will receive. Six of Wands is a card of celebration. You're going to have cause for celebration. Just continue to follow the sweetness. So this hummingbird is going to fly and keep following the flower that she's holding, and that is your biggest message, is to keep following things that are blessings in your life. Keep acknowledging them. Keep following that energy by acknowledging what you receive, however small it may be. And before you know it, you will have risen to great heights. That is wonderful. I love this message for you. It's absolutely beautiful. Please let me know what you're working on and how it's growing. I'm very interested to hear. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this message. Have a beautiful journey. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. You chose the card Burial Ground, as well as the stone Sodalite. And Burial Ground speaks of death, transformation, the earth. And Sodalite is all about spiritual mastery, and it's an ally stone to bring intuition, self-expression, and inner peace to a higher level. So let's see how those two energies combined with the cards that we draw will provide you with the message that you are meant to hear today. So I'm first going to draw some cards from Tarot of Mystical Moments. I also put the names of the cards in the description box below for all the readings. I think this one, this one. All right, let's see what we have. 7 of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. And I did have a question about why I turn reversed cards upright, and that's because I take into account the whole meaning of the card, the imagery on the card in that specific deck, and where it lands in the spread to determine what message is coming forward. Six of Swords. Apparently that made my dogs excited. We also have the 4 of Pentacles. All right, and we're going to be drawing some oracle cards from the Spirit Animal deck. We have Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. All right, so we definitely have a message of transition, transformation, leaving something behind and moving to something new. Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. I definitely sense that somebody has experienced a loss of some sort, whether it's a person, a relationship, or some other kind of loss. Oh, there are 2 cards here that happened in pile number 1. Dove Spirit, be peace. Armadillo Spirit, set healthy boundaries. And Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. All right, you know, I'm going to move this one up so that we can see everything. If you have recently lost someone, my condolences. And if you are leaving behind a dear relationship, I am sorry for that. I say that because of, we have the burial ground and the dove spirit be peace. So if you have lost someone, there is a message for you that they are still with you, very much so. And they do want you to be at peace, knowing that they are at peace. As this is a general reading, not everything that I say is meant for everyone that hears it. So you have to take what resonates and leave the rest for others. Because I'm getting multiple messages. One is about a relationship that is coming to an end, and the other is about a project that's coming to an end. So, or some aspect of your life that's coming to an end, something that has run its course and served its purpose and is no longer serving you. So you're being asked and guided to let go of that, but keep what you have learned through this experience. So if it's a relationship, for some of you, I see that you may have been in a relationship with someone who maybe was like a badger, who, if not physically aggressive, was verbally or emotionally aggressive, or argumentative. And so we have this message of, being at peace and setting healthy boundaries. And so what you're being asked to recognize is the need to set healthy boundaries. I see with the Queen of Cups that you're very compassionate and nurturing. And so there may be a tendency to give in to somebody because you don't want to hurt them. And unfortunately, some people have learned in their own path, they've picked up certain tools in their own survival kit to use this quality in others to their own advantage. They haven't grown past that yet. But what Spirit is saying is that you have grown past being that person that yields to them, and you're graduating to this other person that's coming to value things about yourself. You can hear the dogs in the background playing in validation for everything that I'm sharing. There's a message for everyone about trusting your intuition, because the Six of Swords is, we see this anchor, right? Swords are about logic, and this anchor is holding you down. So it's not a time to overthink and overanalyze something. It's a time to trust your gut and your intuition, whether this is a relationship or some other area in your life that you've been working on. Logic may say to you, well, I've already invested so much time and energy, but maybe there's a new way to do it, or maybe there's a better project that will be more fruitful for you. And I still, I really feel this strong message for relationships, that sometimes when people push our boundaries, then it can activate our own anger. And so if that is happening to you, when we do get angry, that is a message from the universe, from our bodies, from ourself, that somebody is imposing on our boundary. That's what anger tells us, that our boundaries are being oppressed, imposed upon. And you know what's interesting? What I just realized is, if I reverse this, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so, and that's ending with be peace. It's the strong message that if, you know, someone is pushing your buttons and you feel anger rise up, to just do a countdown. You know, maybe there's another method you can use, but an immediate method in that moment when somebody's pressing your buttons is to take a deep breath and in your mind just count down very slowly 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to help you remember that you don't have to sink to their level, right? You can rise above and be the light in the situation. The last card we have here, life is a mystery, is telling you to be mysterious. Sometimes it's better to say nothing at all. And if this is not, if, you know, a relationship is not what's happening for you right now, troubles with a relationship, ending a relationship, but it's a project that you've been working on. Perhaps the setting healthy boundaries is about not oversharing with other people because their opinions may influence the energy of your creativity, of your manifesting. And it's not necessarily that they have doubt in you. They just have their own doubts. They have their own inner voices that aren't necessarily even serving them. And they are projecting that onto others, even if they have the best of intentions. You know, we see this where people will say, oh, I want to open a pet grooming shop. And somebody who thinks they're being helpful will say, oh, that's a lot of work. You have to get a license and people don't always show up. And they have all these reasons why it's not going to work. And what happens is that energy slows down your momentum. And so you're being guided to keep yourself mysterious and protect yourself, right? We see her behind this gate with all these chains and padlocks. Now she looks very blessed, very luxurious, very opulent, wealthy. So there is something, there is potential there. I do see in the outcome you achieving your goal, but the way to do that is to maybe not share what you're doing, especially if you know certain people are going to try to be helpful in their way, which ends up not being helpful. And it also has the effects on some people of discouraging them. So, but even if it's not discouraging, that energy helps to, you know, can unfortunately slow down our progress and our momentum. So there's definitely a message there, whether this is a relationship or a creative endeavor, to guard your plans and even some of your actions until things are more well established, so that other people don't weigh you down with their own doubts. So I do see things working out for you. Again, my dogs, but just guard yourself, protect yourself, trust your intuition. And I do see also, as the, you know, for this dove, for some of you, it is a departed loved one, which know that they are still with you. And for others, this is the birth of something new. So letting go of whatever creative project or endeavor it was that didn't work out. There's something new on the horizon coming forward to take its space that is going to provide you with the security. She looks very safe, right? The security that you are looking for, and more than just being secure, but being abundant. So that is beautiful. I'm very excited for you, and I am wishing you the best during this transition and transformation. I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate your likes and subscribes. Have a beautiful journey. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You chose the card Cedar as well as the brown snowflake obsidian. And the cedar has been used traditionally in ceremonies for cleansing, and the brown snowflake obsidian is helpful in assisting to release. It also cleanses any kind of negative energy in the environment. So we'll see how that plays into the message you are meant to receive at this moment as we draw cards for you. I'm using the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Already I'm feeling this one. This one, this one. All right, let's see what we have. 2 of Wands, and I did have a question as to why I upright reversed cards, and that's because when I'm doing a reading, I take into account the entire meaning of a card, as well as the image presented in that particular deck's card, and of course the placement of where it is in the reading. We also have 7 of Pentacles. I think this card came out in every reading, so that's interesting. I know for sure it came out in pile number 2. We also have the Hermit. And the Star. All right, I'm also going to be drawing some oracle cards from the Animal Spirit deck, or sorry, the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. All right, let's see what we have. Cow Spirit. Bat Spirit, which also came out in pile number 2's reading. Turtle Spirit. And Wombat Spirit. You know, this is a very positive reading, and it almost feels like it's not a reading at all, more a validation of what you've accomplished and a validation that you are in a good and stable place right now where all your needs are being met and you feel secure. And so it's just kind of a confirmation that you are in a good place. I do also see this very first card, Two of Wands, sometimes speaks of a choice. So for some of you, there may be a decision on something that you are trying to make, a choice that you have, and what guidance Spirit is giving you now is to take your time. We have the Bat Spirit. Rebirth is assured, but sometimes when I look at this card, because the bat is hanging upside down, it reminds me of the Hanged Man and looking at things from a different perspective. The Hanged Man is also about kind of hanging around and waiting, so not rushing into things. So we also have the Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. So it's a message that you don't, things are good right now. You don't have to make a decision today. Take your time. And with the Hermit right above it, it's you alone that has the answer. You are the source of your best knowledge. You have all the answers within you, and if you just take time to reflect, look at everything that you have accomplished so far, which is a lot. You've gained a lot of experience, knowledge, resources, relationships, all kinds of good things for you to count as blessings and value. Just take your time before making a decision. And I did call this a star earlier, but it's the sun. And we see here that this bird is covering one of her eyes, and it looks like she's moving that from her vision. So again, I feel the answer's going to come to you soon. Just take your time, and more will be revealed. You'll be able to see more of the big picture. And the guidance is to look at the big picture. Look at the situation from all angles before you make a choice. Take your time. You have time to make this decision, and just trust your intuition. I feel even this card, Wombat Spirit, Be at Home, speaks about, the hermit and, taking time by yourself to reflect and look at everything from all angles before making a decision. And Be at Home is also about you being your own home. And so that's being your place of security, your comfort, and your source of knowledge for you to draw access from. The Two of Wands is also a card of starting something new. We see that she's sitting up here on the roof, looking out, holding the earth, the world in her hands. So there's so much potential, and it's almost like Spirit is saying, you know the right answer, and you will know you'll come to making the right decision, and you can't go wrong. No matter which choice you make, the choice that you make is going to be the right choice, because the final card is the Sun, which is a star, and either way you are going to shine. And the Sun is also a card of success, joy, and happiness. So whatever you choose, you will be, grateful and appreciative of that path. the cow spirit underneath the Two of Wands is also speaking of this abundance. The miracles are endless. So again, looking out, holding the world, there are so many possibilities for you, and you have the choice to make the right one, and you will make the right one. I see that you will make the right one. You'll be the sun, you'll be happy, and you will be successful in whatever endeavor you choose to follow. The cedar, which I mentioned has been used traditionally for cleansing, is also an evergreen. And it seems like my dog wants me to really focus on this card and its message. It's an evergreen tree, and which is definitely a message of stability and wealth, and always having the resources that you need. If you're thinking about moving somewhere where there are cedar trees, that may be confirmation of that. The cedar may be used to cleanse. It has a male and a female tree, two different trees, and the female produces juniper berries, which can be used as a spice as well. So there is a lot in this card. The cedar is very adaptable. So again, I see that no matter which path you choose, which choice that you make, it's going to be the right one, because you are adaptable, just like the cedar. And the cedar is very independent. It's an opportunist. And so I feel that the Hermit is also speaking to your independence. And in fact, all of these top cards, this person is by themselves. So I see you being very independent or gaining your independence, and each one of these people is sitting up on top of something. So I see you rising. I see you being elevated all the way to the status of the sun, which is the ultimate elevation, high up in the sky and shining brightly. It's a very positive. Cedars trees can grow in very poor soil, rocky soil, and again, they're opportunist. So sometimes they are seen by ecologists as invasive species, but they just thrive anywhere you put them. And that's what I see about you, is that you're going to thrive no matter what choice you make, no matter what path you choose. So a very, very positive reading. There's not a lot of guidance, just a confirmation, that you can trust no matter what decision you make, you will be right. Just trust your intuition and you will succeed. You will thrive. You will be happy. That's an amazing message. Sorry it's so short, but it is sweet. And I really feel that for you. So that's your message. I hope that it resonated. I'd love to hear what choice it is that you decide. And very beautiful. Wishing you the best on your journey. Thank you. Bye.